Accusations of racist vandalism impacting a local city council candidate. We'll hear about how the community is showing support for Irving Brown Sr. And we're learning more about the effort to get more than 24 people arrested in a matter of days thanks to a task force focused on getting violent offenders off the streets.
And a much cooler temperatures today. They take grip with blustery and possibly wet conditions mixed in. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Good Tuesday morning to you. Good Tuesday morning, Riley.
Good Tuesday. It was hot yesterday.
It was hot yesterday. The power goes out around 4 o'clock for a lot of folks in the Tri-Cities. The internet went out last night.
Oh, no.
Yes, so my goodness, what can happen? Well, we have much cooler temperatures and much cooler temperatures as we move on into especially Thursday. Let's take a look outside, Riley, and again, a slow start to the morning. And folks, we are looking at a cool day, especially compared to what we saw yesterday. Blustery conditions. We're already seeing heavier winds this morning, and we're trying to see just a little bit of shower activity. Now, this is a very strange system. It is kind of forming right above our area. So Connell, look at this, just out of nowhere, these little bits and pieces of cells of precipitation, but most of it is moving off into the north, but we're keeping a close eye on it. But again, they're forming right above us. So could see a little bit of thunder and lightning as we move along in our day as well. These are going to be scattered. We could even see a little bit of hail involved. High for Yakima around 80 degrees. Tri-Cities area 80 as well, and over in Walla Walla get ready for mid 70s. Again, blustery conditions, occasional thunderstorms possible. We have a lot to talk about as we cool down into the rest of our work week. I'll have your forecast coming up, but for right now we're going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. The Benton County Sheriff's Office is searching for a juvenile female suspect who reportedly held scissor blades up to the neck of a CPS worker while the worker was driving. The juvenile was being transported from Walla Walla to a foster home in Benton County when the incident occurred. According to the Sheriff's Office, the juvenile directed the CPS worker to keep driving and then stop in a remote area in Benton County north of Prosser. The car slid into a ditch and the juvenile reportedly ran out and got into another unknown vehicle. According to the Sheriff's Office, deputies are working on several leads to locate the suspect. Developing news in a Pasco City Council race, one candidate running for re-election says he's found hateful and racist remarks on his campaign signs. A coalition of unions led by the Teamsters Local Union number 839 held a rally yesterday to show their support for Irving Brown Sr. The rally took place at 5:30 last night in Pasco. Organizers tell us they wanted to show that racism does not have a place here.
So I found out this weekend there's been a lot of vandalism being done to his larger signs, and when he went to go fix one of them this weekend is when he found the note that basically spelled out the N-word and told him they didn't want the N-word in position 3 in Pasco City Council.
Shervin says it's not just about politics, it's about standing as a community and putting an end to the ugliness going on. We'll have more from Councilman Brown coming up later on Good Morning Northwest. Later today, ESD 123 will interview 3 candidates to help fill a vacancy on the Richland School Board. Semi Bird, Carrie Williams, and Audra Bird were all recalled in the August primary, leaving the Richland School Board with just 2 of 5 positions filled. The Educational Service District will select 1 replacement who will be sworn in on Thursday, and then the 3 board members will be able to appoint 2 temporary positions. The candidates being interviewed are Robert Butner, Jeffrey Estes, and Lindsay Leitner. The meeting is set for this afternoon at 4:30, and it's open to the public. You can also stream the meeting on Zoom. The Pasco School District hosted an all-staff expo in Raleigh yesterday morning to kick off the 2023 to 2024 school year. Each school in the Pasco School District was represented. At this event, staff and teachers were getting ready to welcome their students back to school. Superintendent Michelle Whitney spoke about her own experience going through the education system while going through complex circumstances at home.
And when you come from that kind of circumstance, you have to learn about the world from people outside your family system. And when I think about it, it was really the grandest gesture, the gift of people who start out as strangers taking the time to deeply invest in me.
Keynote speaker Steve Pemberton spoke about the lighthouse effect and how to be a human lighthouse to inspire those around you. He told teachers and staff in attendance, no one forgets the first person to recognize their accomplishments. For some, that person may be a parent or grandparent, but for so many, it's their teachers.
But for others of us, the person who looks at us like that is you. You're the one. Looks at them with that lighthouse look, possibilities and not circumstances, turns their doubts into destinations.
School begins for the Pasco School District today, August 29th, for 1st through 6th grade and 9th graders, August 30th for 7th and 8th, and 10th through 12th grades, and Thursday, August 31st for all kinder classes. Fire crews are keeping a close eye on hot spots within the Gray Fire, burning in Medical Lake near Spokane. The fire is now 85% contained. Flames have burned more than 10,000 acres and destroyed more than 240 homes since the fire first sparked 10 days ago. The cause remains under investigation. A silver lining, an expected change in weather conditions today may improve the situation. The U.S. Marshals Pacific Northwest Violent Offenders Task Force arrested 26 offenders in eastern Washington in a 2-week warrant sweep called Operation Centennial Trail that finished up on Friday. They received help from more than a dozen agencies, including the Benton County Sheriff's Office and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. The operation targeted violent fugitives and repeat offenders with warrants for crimes like assault, burglary, child molestation, robbery, vehicular homicide, and sex offenses. The goal was to get offenders at risk of committing further crimes off the streets before they could hurt anyone else.
Limitations are both investigative resources, so that information sharing, knowing where individuals are, being able to follow up on tips, and just our manpower of having enough individuals to be able to go out and do this often very dangerous job.
Anyone with information about the whereabouts of any state or federal fugitive can call the Marshals Service Communication Center or submit a tip on their website. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at your weather.
Big changes coming today, folks, as we see much cooler temperatures, windy conditions, less smoky conditions, and possible thunderstorms. All of your first alert weather forecasts coming up.
And an important lifeline has been put in place by a local healthcare provider for those suffering a mental health emergency. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5 for free.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
And the Galaxy Z Flip 5 fits right in the smallest of pockets.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
And the Fold 5 has an expansive screen for cinematic viewing.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
New and current customers can get a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5 for free. US Cellular, built for us.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers. From a technology perspective, we do what we say every single day.
Glad big days are here. Our annual fall sales event is the best time to get discounts on Ladd irrigation services and products. You'll find great deals on parts, pivots, projects, repairs, and more. From August 28th through September 1st, stop by any Ladd irrigation location to take advantage of these once-in-a-year prices. Prizes and snacks, too. This is simply our way of saying thank you to our customers. Learn more at laddirrigation.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It's a factory-authorized clearance at Blue Compass RV. Before the 24s arrive, every 23 must go. Every reasonable offer will be accepted. All 23s come with an exclusive 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. A $5,000 value only Blue Compass can provide. If you ever dreamed of owning a new RV, now is your time. Every 23 must go at the factory-authorized clearance. Only at Blue Compass RV.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Well, many seeking mental health services for the first time face a barrier in seeing an intake specialist who can determine what kind of help you need, and the demand is high in eastern Washington. Comprehensive Healthcare officials says they've had patients waiting up to 3 months just for an initial assessment, and 53% of them never show up. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell reports they come up with a way to break down that barrier.
Now, all you have to do is show up, walk into any one of Comprehensive's buildings and say that you need a mental health intake, and you'll be able to get one immediately that same day. That's because Comprehensive has pooled its resources across its locations in Yakima, Sunnyside, Pasco, Walla Walla, and Ellensburg, so that if you come in during clinic hours from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and an intake specialist isn't available at the location you walked into, you'll still be able to see someone because you'll be able to get a telehealth appointment with a specialist at one of the other locations.
It definitely takes a lot of manpower on the back end to plan and coordinate. I do think it can be replicable.
Right now, same-day access is only for mental health intakes, but Comprehensive officials say it's a model that they could potentially use in the future for things like intakes for substance use disorder. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
A recent study finds more diagnoses of certain types of cancers in younger Americans. Adults in their 30s seem to be driving a rise of early onset cancer diagnosis rates. The study is published in JAMA Network Open. Researchers found the cancer diagnosis rate rose in adults in their 30s between 2010 and 2019. The rate dropped in adults over the age of 50. According to researchers, among the cancers with the highest numbers of early onset diagnoses were in 2019 were breast cancer, thyroid, and colorectal cancers.
We are better at finding these cancers earlier. The screenings are happening, or they're more sensitive, so we may be finding more cancers that way.
According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 2 men will receive a cancer diagnosis during their lifetime. Well, alarming results from a new study which suggests CTE might be more common in athletes than previously thought. CTE stands for chronic trauma. I'm going to try it. Encephalopathy, and the brain injury associated with multiple concussions. It can cause memory loss, confusion, depression, and loss of impulse control, among other issues. The condition can be diagnosed through an autopsy. Boston University CTE Center analyzed 150 donated brains from athletes under the age of 30 when they died. 63 of those brains had developed early signs of CTE. Astonishingly, the researchers found CTE in the brain of a 17-year-old football player, one of the youngest diagnoses ever, and at the first time in a 28-year-old woman soccer player. You can find that study in JAMA Neurology. Coming up, Idalia is expected to strengthen into a major hurricane as it crawls towards Florida's Gulf Coast, where officials have ordered evacuations and urged residents to prepare for an expected landfall Wednesday. And folks, I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. I'm going to get you ready for your Tuesday. That's coming up next on Good Morning Northwest.
I remember when you get a whole meal for $5.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Oh.
And every Tuesday at A&W, where single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. The good old days are here again. A complete meal for just $5. Tuesdays only at A&W.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT TurboMax pickups, or get $6,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy sauciness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
What are you doing out there?
Taking the scenic route. I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event tag. With 5 drive modes, this Nissan Rogue gives the performance of a lifetime. Now comes the real star of the show.
Now get a low $419 per month lease or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
Buds and Blossoms 2 in Richland, servicing the full Tri-Cities. We design custom arrangements for birthdays, weddings, funerals, and just because. Stop into Buds and Blossoms 2, home of the Big White Dogs, at 1310 Jadwin, Richland.
E.T.'s headed to Greece with the stars of My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
The whole family's coming.
Our exclusive behind the scenes next E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next Extra, Howie versus Sandoval Take 2. After he got heat over his Tom Sandoval interview, what he's saying now about Raquel.
I'm gonna get killed for saying this.
Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal, just $5.99, only at KFC.
Hell's Canyon and the Snake River. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. Hope you had a nice Monday. Hope you stayed cool. Definitely going to be cool today. Slowly waking up this morning. And folks, we have just a smattering of shower activity, especially to the east of Connell. That little bit of thunderstorms just rolling on through a very small cell. And the cells are kind of just starting to appear above our area. So we could be seeing a little bit of that shower activity this morning, but better chance will be later on in our late morning to early afternoon hours. It's just bits and pieces of shower activity are rolling through. The heavy stuff will be just off into the east. We expect to be pretty calm on your Wednesday, though we will be blustery, but more shower activity expected as we get into our Thursday. And we do expect to see shower activity off and on as we move into the next couple of days into the weekend. So wind advisory today for Kittitas County and in the northeastern part of Oregon. So 25 to 35 mile per hour winds, gusts up to 55 miles per hour today between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. The rest of our cities should be seeing around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. Could see gusts up to 30 to maybe even 40 miles per hour, but a blustery blustery day is ahead, and we're already seeing heavy winds throughout many of our cities. Double digits, even 21, our hot spot in Toppenish. So plenty of wind this morning and plenty of wind for your day. And our wind outlook, we're going to be less for Kittitas and northeastern Oregon, but we're going to be maybe even a little bit stronger for the mid-Columbia, around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds again tomorrow. So more blustery conditions. The good news, they're coming in from the southwest. That is going to help us with our air quality and our smoke. So air quality right now, mostly in the moderate area, except for good in Ellensburg. Still moderate, good, still considered healthy air. But the smoke forecast, we are going to see that smoke swiftly move on the way out as we move along in our day. So we are going to be getting relief from this smoke. And again, if you are susceptible to air quality issues, relief is on the way. Current temperatures, we're staying warm this morning. We should expect a much cooler morning tomorrow. Lower 70s, upper 60s for most of our areas. Pendleton and Ellensburg in the mid 60s, but a warm morning and a windy morning so far. But look at these highs. After being right around 100 degrees or so for the Tri-Cities yesterday, down about 20 degrees for our highs today. And then by Thursday, we're going to be way off of our average at around 72. Then we recover a bit, but for the week ahead, we are below our average for this time of year as we're heading into Labor Day weekend. All right, 81 our high today in Yakima, 74 in Ellensburg. Look at these cool temperatures. Lower 80s to upper 70s for the mid-Columbia, and in the lovely mid to upper 70s for the Blue Mountain region. 7-day forecast, we're all the way down to 71 for Yakima on Thursday. Good chance of shower activity Thursday, Friday, and today as well. Again, little bits and pieces of shower activity today. In the Tri-Cities area, down to 72 by Thursday, and again, mid 80s by the weekend. For today, blustery conditions, scattered thunderstorms at times, best chance late morning into your afternoon, but get ready for those cool temperatures to take grip.
And now hurricane warnings issued for parts of Florida's west coast, bracing for Idalia. The storm is expected to grow into a Category 3 hurricane. Winds could top 115 miles per hour with life-threatening storm surge and possible tornadoes. Up to a foot of rain could fall in isolated areas, and last night the National Hurricane Center moved the track slightly west, raising concern for Tallahassee. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the details.
This morning, Idalia is intensifying as it barrels towards Florida's west coast, set to become a major hurricane with mandatory evacuations ordered along the coast in at least 8 counties. Students at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg told to evacuate and to prepare their dorms for flooding from 6 to 9 inches of rain.
We had a dorm meeting and they said everybody out by 5 today, so it was scrambling to just get everything off the floor.
The storm already battering Cuba with flooding rains and winds up to 70 miles per hour. And now Florida's so-called Big Bend, a region north of the Tampa area and south of Tallahassee, is bracing for what's being described as life-threatening storm surge.
Those warm waters, that's the fuel. We expect rapid intensification to a Cat 1, a Cat 2, a Cat 3 by Wednesday morning. That's when landfall will occur. Rain, wind, and storm surge are big issues, especially here in this part of the Gulf, up to 12 feet of it.
The worst of the storm surge expected tonight into tomorrow morning. While the storm is projected to hit the more sparsely populated Big Bend area, experts warn it could shift at any point. Just like Hurricane Ian did last year when it shifted south, devastating the Fort Myers area and killing 149 people in the state. Being caught by surprise could be devastating for homeowners who may be without insurance this year. More than a dozen insurance companies have stopped writing home insurance policies in the state, blaming the rising cost and higher flood risks due to climate change. Farmers Insurance announcing just yesterday that it's cutting more than 2,400 jobs, 11% of its workforce, after ending home insurance coverage in Florida last month. The average policy in Florida now costs roughly $6,000. That's up 42% from last year. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
In the state of Washington, a revered custom for the people of Jamestown's Clallam tribe, weaving bark from western red cedars. But this activity comes with a reminder of the impact climate change is having on the tribe. Climate camps have become the latest refuge for dozens of Native nations to share knowledge while building a tight-knit community. They lean on each other as they suffer some of the most severe impacts of climate change in the U.S., but often have some of the fewest resources to respond.
And that's one thing that this camp has done for us, is to help us know that there is the network, there is a supporting web out there, that we can help one another. So we make new songs, we make new stories, we make new visions that we embrace for the positive outcome of our people. We make new warrior societies, new climate warrior societies, and we empower them for the change.
These camps have taken place 6 times since 2016 at different sites across the U.S. and included people from over 70 tribes. This one features lessons taught by tribal leaders and scientists, field trips, and cultural practices, including cedar weaving, to unwind from the harsh realities of climate change. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a Pennsylvania park manager helps out a bear cub that finds itself with its head trapped in a plastic container.
Trust falls? Really?
Come on, Jack. It'd be great for morale.
If I wanted to raise morale, I'd offer a choice of 2 sandwiches plus curly fries, a taco, and a drink for only $6.
Thanks, Jack. I trusted you guys.
Try my $6 Jack Pack today.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course, it's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary, and we're having a gigantic sale.
Take advantage of our best prices of the year.
And interest-free financing.
David, you do know anniversaries only come once a year, right?
Yes, and if you miss ours, you'll be sorry.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an all-electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Save over $4,400 on an all-electric Nero EV. Now just $37,999. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars. Coming this fall to ABC, Disney Plus, and Hulu.
Hi, Jason Valentine for the Apple Valley News Now Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered American flag to All City Transmission on September 8th, and in exchange, we'll give you a brand new flag as we celebrate America together.
At All City Transmission, we stand as proud Americans, cherishing our nation's symbol of unity, the Great American Flag.
Honest work, quality price, All City Transmission.
Next live, Christian Siriano plus Back to School Week continues.
Even though summer's not over yet, let's face it, nothing lasts forever. Isn't that right, kids?
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
For fans of my sourdough jack, this is for you. 100% beef seasoned as it grills, hickory smoked bacon, and melty cheese on my original sourdough bun. And for my imitators, better luck next time. Try my sourdough jack today.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone. A woman was in the right place at the right time when she came to the rescue of a bear cub. Sarah Lindgren, who is the Pennsylvania park manager, was driving through Cross Fork last weekend when she spotted a cub with a plastic container on its head.
So she says she actually thought it was dead, but when she first saw it, it took only about 10 seconds to free the cub, hi buddy, when eventually he climbed into a tree. Lindgren said the cub was very weak and dehydrated, and she doubts it would have survived another day without an intervention.
Lindgren didn't see a mama bear around. However, she believes the cub is roughly 8 months old, which means it is old enough to survive on its own. Only 10 seconds to save the life of a little bear.
Oh,
does look very confused.
Yes.
Aw.
But that always, if you see a cub, that is the first thing to do. Check if mama is around.
Definitely.
So we hope the little buddy is okay. And again, took 10 seconds.
Exactly.
That's all it took. So thanks to her. Quick look outside, and let's get ready for a very chilly and windy day. Could even see a thunderstorm or two. A lot going on for your Tuesday. That's coming up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, with the latest act of gun violence on United States soil, the U.S. has had more mass shootings than days so far in 2023. And the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill was on lockdown for hours yesterday as police searched for a shooter who later killed a faculty member on campus.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is raising the minimum purchase you need to make in order to get free shipping. Some customers who don't have Prime memberships will now have to spend at least $35 to qualify. That's up from the $25 minimum in place since 2017. Walmart already has that same $35 threshold. And new from DoorDash, an AI answering service. The company will use the technology to take phone orders for restaurants. AI would handle basic takeout and delivery calls, but humans would be available as support. They'd also have more time to handle in-person customers. Well, finally, Apple's most expensive iPhone, also the most shipped in the first half of the year. That's according to a new report. Analysts say that reflects a consumer shift toward higher-end devices and away from low-range phones. Apple taking the top 4 places in that report. I'm Morgan Norwood with your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Once in a lifetime is never enough.
Never enough.
When I wear diamonds, I feel powerful, fun, fabulous.
I feel on top of the world.
Diamonds are for everyone.
I put them everywhere.
Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Love for all.
Diamonds for all. Pandora, lab-grown diamonds.
Honey.
Honey.
NyQuil Severe Honey. Powerful cold and flu relief with a dreamy honey taste. NyQuil Honey. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Oh my goodness! Is this for real? I pray for these moments.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Largest comeback in NFL history.
Amid increased gun violence in 2023, so far this year now has more mass shootings than days. And police have arrested the suspect they believe to be responsible for the shooting at the University of North Carolina yesterday.
And much cooler temperatures take grip today with blustery and possibly wet conditions mixed in. I'll get you prepared for your Tuesday in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. And yesterday was a hot one.
Definitely.
But maybe the last truly hot day of 2023, as we are going to be below our average, which is around mid to upper 80s for this time of year for the next couple of days.
Yeah, and I noticed all that wind when I walked outside, flags blowing around,
yes,
leaves moving.
Actually, there was the smell of smoke outside as well, and you're going to get that for a bit, but this wind will help get rid of the smoke, so that's good news. Let's take a look outside at our lovely Skycam at Columbia Point, and taking a little bit to get some light out there. Sunrise at 6:13. My goodness, it just keeps getting later and later. So take a look at our radar. quite a bit of thunder and lightning just to the east of Connell, right near Dayton as well. And it's forming right above the mid-Columbia, just to the north. And we keep seeing it moving very swiftly up to the north, but could see a quick little spritz this morning. Better chance will be, though, this afternoon. So just keep an eye out for a little bit of thunder and lightning in the area. We're in the mid-70s for Yakima, folks. It is going to be a chilly, chilly day. We're in the upper 80s, or excuse me, upper 70s to lower 80s for the Tri-Cities. And in Walla Walla, we're in those mid-70s as well. So stray thunder showers possible, especially as we get to our afternoon hours. Much cooler today, blustery. We have a wind advisory for some of our areas and scattered thunderstorms. All that coming up, but right now let's send it back to Riley.
Tuesday is the 241st day of 2023, and the U.S. has seen more mass shootings than that thus so far this year. According to data from the Gun Violence Archive, the number of gun incidents in 2023 have hit a high not seen in at least a decade. John Lawrence reports.
Gunfire erupted at the Southern Restaurant and Lounge in Louisville, Kentucky, early Sunday morning.
Enough is enough. We can and we must do more.
Police say at least 2 adult males were killed in the shooting while 5 others were hospitalized. This is among the nearly 500 mass shootings in the U.S. in 2023, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Both CNN and the GVA define a mass shooting as an incident where at least 4 people are killed or injured, not including the shooter.
Too many families are having to bury their loved ones. Too many children are being left without mothers and fathers, lost to senseless gun violence.
The GVA says the U.S. has had more mass shootings this year since at least 2013, which is when the nonprofit group started tracking gun violence.
We need more stringent background checks. There are a plethora of things we can do to tighten our laws.
Data from the GVA also shows more than 20 mass shootings have erupted in the U.S. during the week that ended August 27th.
We have a violent gun problem in our country. We know that.
More than 50% of U.S. adults say they or a family member experienced a gun-related incident in their lives, according to a survey from the Kaiser Family Foundation earlier this year. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
A study published Monday in the Annals of Internal Medicine says 1 in 14 gunshot victims will be shot again within a year. Within 5 years, the chances increase to 1 in 8 and then about 1 in 6 after 8 years, according to the research. The findings are based on data taken from St. Louis hospitals from 2010 through 2019. A University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill doctoral student was taken into custody Monday afternoon in connection to the fatal shooting of a UNC faculty member. The suspect was arrested less than 2 hours after the shooting, but authorities have not released information, any further details on the alleged shooter outside of a single photo. All classes and events were canceled for the rest of Monday and Tuesday. The lockdown was lifted after the suspect was arrested. Police are still trying to work out a motive.
We really do want to know the why in this case and what led to it.
Jason Valentine is here with a look at your weather forecast.
Folks, we have a big change coming today. After that hot day yesterday, we have much cooler temperatures, windy conditions, and possible thunder showers. I'll get you ready for that in my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
In the latest speech from Chairman Jerome Powell, the Fed appears open to raising interest rates again. But what does that mean for borrowers? We'll have that coming up.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
Take
like a trip back in time at the Uptown Antique Market. Nearly 30 individual vendors with an amazing variety of inventory, from furniture to clothing, housewares to home decor, memorabilia, and much, much more. New inventory arriving daily at the Uptown Antique Market in Richland's historic Uptown.
Hi, Jason Valentine for the Apple Valley News Now Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered American flag to All City Transmission on September 8th, and in exchange, we'll give you a brand new flag as we celebrate America together.
At All City Transmission, we stand as proud Americans, cherishing our nation's symbol of unity, the Great American Flag.
Honest work, quality price, All City Transmission.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. This summer, create your own adventures with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Saturday, the final year of the Huskies in the Pac-12 kicks off on ABC and Apple Valley News Now as Boise State takes on Washington live from Seattle. The Broncos battle the Huskies, Saturday starting at 12:30, only on Apple Valley News Now.
So I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5 for free.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
US Cellular, built for us.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Well, all eyes are on Wall Street this week following a much anticipated speech by Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, who's hinting he's willing to hike interest rates again. So what does that mean for borrowers? Jen Sullivan has a closer look.
A Goldilocks speech from the Fed, making Wall Street and consumers a little nervous. On Friday at an economic summit in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said more rate hikes are still on the table.
We are attentive to signs that the economy may not be cooling as expected.
A hike in interest rates means higher borrowing costs for consumers with credit cards, home, car, and personal loans. This comes as mortgage rates are already sitting at a 22-year high. Experts say if you're looking to make a major purchase like a home or a car, either delay it or brace for higher costs. And expect stricter requirements when it comes to applying for a loan.
Bank lending standards have tightened and loan growth has slowed sharply.
The Fed's forecast follows several batches of data showing inflation is cooling, but the Fed isn't ruling out more aggressive action to bring down the pace of price increases.
2 months of good data are only the beginning of what it will take to build confidence that inflation is moving down sustainably toward our goal.
Powell says the Fed's target inflation rate is still 2%. As it aims to slow the increases in prices and cool down the overheated economy. But one prominent economist says the U.S. economy is stable and says the Fed can stop raising interest rates.
People are betting that the economy is pretty resilient, and if it starts to show signs that it isn't, expect those rates to come down.
This week, as investors soak in the Fed's message, there's concern it could send stocks plunging amid concerns continued rate hikes could tip the economy. I'm Jen Sullivan.
And the next Fed meeting is scheduled for next month with an announcement on potential interest rate hikes expected to follow. Coming up, the amazing discovery made in Oregon that has researchers very excited. Looking forward to that. And folks, I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. Starting to see a little bit of light out there. Folks, big changes coming today. Let me get you prepared for it. That's coming up next on Good Morning Northwest.
Hell's Canyon and the Snake River. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Things to consider when choosing a pediatrician.
Does the doctor take your insurance? And does their office have separate waiting areas for sick and healthy kids? More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. this is how we care.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
No matter where life takes you, how it changes you or how you change your life, I want you to always come back to remembering our love.
Maybe everything is different, maybe not all bad, where the main things are centered to help us come around. Oh, love is the common ground.
It's a factory-authorized clearance at Blue Compass RV. Before the 24s arrive, every 23 must go. Every reasonable offer will be accepted. All 23s come with an exclusive 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. A $5,000 value only Blue Compass can provide. If you've ever dreamed of owning a new RV, now is your time. Every 23 must go at the factory-authorized clearance only at Blue Compass RV.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Steve Hans, Volkswagen, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, and Trucks Plus USA were proud to take part in the Great American Flag Swap. We appreciate our community and all the people who build it every day. Steve Hans, Volkswagen, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, and Trucks Plus USA want to thank you for honoring the American worker. Steve Hans, Volkswagen, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, and Trucks Plus USA were proud to take part in the Great American Flag Swap. We appreciate our community and all the people who build it every day. Steve Hans, Volkswagen, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, and Trucks Plus USA want to thank you for honoring the American worker.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
E.T.'s headed to Greece with the stars of My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
The whole family's coming.
Our exclusive behind the scenes next E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We're moving along in the week, seeing a little bit of light out there this morning. Looks like a big UFO is there. I'm sure that'll clear up as we move along in our morning. But we do have some shower activity in the vicinity. We are looking at it just to the east of Connell. Quite a bit of lightning going on through there. We just have a little bits and pieces of shower activity forming in the mid-Columbia and then actually becoming something up in Moses Lake. But our areas not seeing too much of that action, but we could see it return as we get to our late morning hours and early afternoon hours. Just bits and pieces of shower activity. So keep an eye out for a little bit of electricity on the way. As we move into Thursday, we do expect more morning showers throughout our areas, and we do expect to see showers off and on into our weekend. So some wetness is going to be with us. Also, some heavy winds between 11 o'clock today, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We do expect quite a bit of wind action in Kittitas County and in northeastern Oregon, and we expect that to continue into tomorrow, just not as heavy as today. 25 to 35 mile per hour winds today, gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Our other areas around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. So a blustery Tuesday is ahead, and we're already seeing that in quite a few of our areas, especially Ellensburg, Toppenish, and double digits through many of our cities. So get ready for a blustery morning as you're heading out the door. We're going to see similar conditions tomorrow and then lighter winds as we head into our weekend. But still, folks, this wind will be very helpful in helping out our air quality. We're now moderate. Looks like Ellensburg is in the good, but other areas are in the moderate zone. Still considered healthy air, and that wind will push out all of the smoke that is in our region, and we're going to get some less hazy conditions, but oddly enough, we're going to see more cloud coverage due to the shower activity. But folks, much nicer air qualities on the way. Current temperatures staying warm this morning. We should see a cooler morning tomorrow morning. Lower 70s, mid to upper 60s, a little cooler in our extreme cities in Ellensburg and Pendleton. Look at the next 7 days. We are going to be below our average all week after being well above average, obviously, yesterday and into our last weekend. So folks, cooler conditions are here. Highs today, 81 for Yakima. We're about 20 to 15 degrees cooler than we were just yesterday. Lower 80s to upper 70s for the Mid-Columbia and mid 70s for the Blue Mountain region. 7-day forecast, and do get ready for, again, these changes to be sticking with us. Even cooler by Thursday, 71. And again, off and on showers through Friday for Yakima. Looking like for our Labor Day itself next Monday, 77. Pretty cool for our Labor Day weekend, folks. In the Tri-Cities area, chance of showers Thursday and Friday as well. Overnight lows staying kind of around that 60-degree mark. But folks, today, much cooler. Keep an eye out for scattered thunderstorms in places, especially as we get to our early afternoon hours. But windy conditions, especially between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Big changes coming today, and these cooler temperatures will stick with us for this week at least.
A major discovery in Oregon. A team of archaeologists at the University of Oregon has found one of North America's oldest human-occupied sites in the southern part of that state. Juliet Smith spoke with one of the professors there to learn more.
Patrick O'Grady, along with other archaeologists and students at the University of Oregon, have discovered new evidence suggesting that Oregon could be the oldest site of human occupation in North America. We're talking 18,000 years ago, according to a new radiocarbon dating analysis. If that's true, it would be way earlier than archaeologists had previously thought, coming before the Clovis culture, once seen as the oldest. The team first began excavating Rimrock Draw rock shelter in Burns, Oregon in 2011.
Which means this is among the oldest artifacts in North America.
That orange agate tool was discovered in 2012. It was preserved under a layer of volcanic ash from Mount St. Helens eruption over 15,000 years ago. They also found the remains of 3 different Ice Age animals, which O'Grady says is very rare.
And in 2012, we found this tooth enamel with this stone tool underneath it. And so this is the one that tested positive for bison blood, but it was actually found buried underneath camel tooth enamel. We have dated camel tooth enamel. It tells a story about the association of extinct animals and people in Oregon 18,000 years ago.
He's saying the evidence shows camels or camelops actually roamed around Oregon thousands of years ago. The reason they disappeared from North America is still up for debate. Just last month, the team announced that this blood residue revealed animal proteins on one of the many tools found in the rock shelter. These tools were used for many purposes.
A sharp point would have been used and put at the top of this dart right here. It would then be launched towards an animal, which would then be eaten and used for hide.
And you launch that like a giant arrow.
While these stone spears are usually used with an atlatl or spear, the team has yet to uncover one at this specific site. O'Grady says the atlatl is the most successful and long-term hunting weapon used in North America. It turns out these people didn't occupy this area for long periods. It was more of a place that they passed through. Going back to the discovery of the orange stone,
this looks different because it's not from the area. We're not quite sure where this came from to arrive at this site.
It had been carried from a long distance, suggesting that it was an area people passed through. The team also would have expected to find more tools at the site had it been a more permanent home. The discovery is teaching us about more than just our past.
It tells us about how people respond to climate changes over time. And we're in one right now that we need all the help understanding that we can get.
If we can better understand how people solved climate change thousands of years ago, it may help us here in years to come.
O'Grady says archaeologists have a couple more years of work, including 1 more year of excavation, and they plan to preserve the site for future researchers. When we come back, an Iowa nonprofit is doing their best to help kids receiving care in children's hospitals cheer on their favorite team. We'll tell you all about it next on Good Morning Northwest.
I remember when you get a whole meal for $5.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Oh.
And every Tuesday at A&W, where single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. The good old days are here again. A complete meal for just $5. Tuesdays only at A&W.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-521-6673. That's 1-800-521-6673 or go to vacutrim.com.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy sauciness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime it's taco time.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95, and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend. With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to refresh your living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out special purchases and doorbusters while they last. Plus, 6 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving in members' mailboxes this week. There's 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for Labor Day. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal just $5.99, only at KFC.
The Snake River's Hell's Canyon, tonight.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Tuesday morning. Let's get closer to home as we're seeing light come into our morning. And folks, we do expect to see cooler conditions, quite a bit cooler, 15 to 20 degrees off of yesterday, with windy conditions and a scattered thunderstorm possible. Could even see a little bit of hail if we get it through our areas, right around the 80-degree mark for the Yakima Valley. Over the Mid-Columbia, lower 80s, 79 for Basin City. And how cool is Boardman today? 74. What's going on? Other areas in the Blue Mountain region, mid to upper 70s. So folks, get ready for a cooler day and quite a bit of blustery conditions.
Children's hospital patients can cheer on their home team thanks to a nonprofit based in Iowa. It makes gowns for kids across the country. Grace Vance reports on this year's special edition.
It happens at every home football game at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City.
And give the kids a big wave who are watching the game tonight.
But this season's Hawkeye Wave will feature something different. Each of the children at UI Stead Family Children's Hospital will be wearing the Iowa-themed hospital gowns provided by the nonprofit Holly's Heart.
I'll show you here. It's a yellow pants, black top with Iowa letters across.
Holly's Heart aims to provide a comfortable alternative to the traditional hospital gown.
And so the patients could still feel comfortable and empowering during their hospital stay, but also be dressed like the others at the game and feel part of the team.
Holly Hancock, the founder of Holly Heart, says this is the first